Yeah, this is my third one in a row, and I did a TikTok live, so it's like
No shit.
I've
Wow.
been sitting in this chair for like 6 hours.
Okay. Well, thanks for just joining us for hour 6 of Jack's Buttathon.
It's my back more than
no
anything.
Nick opening this weekend or this
Fucking
week.
Nick.
We
Where's
all
Nick
we all
at?
actually were just kind of hanging out talking, and then Chris said, "No Nick," and I was like, "Yeah, no Nick," and we were like, "Fuck it, let's start this show then. What are we waiting for?"
Let's do this.
He's in San Diego.
Yeah.
Right?
The whale's vagina.
Yeah. San Diego.
Sorry, I missed y'all last week. You know, the little family experience, get together, religious stuff. Which I'm not a religious man, but I go there to make people happy.
God damn it.
Wow. Way to just
right?
get the lightning storm.
Fucking-
I know.
Fucking goddamn it.
So when
I have to say so many goddamn it a day.
this relates to the show, it's the number one show on Netflix right now. Just got renewed for a season.
We're
2.
on Netflix?
No, it's not. Chaos. No, I'm trying to bridge the gap into a show that
Okay.
Chris, you sparked my mind about, because you're
Okay.
talking about how you come from a Catholic background, your wife comes from a Jewish background. There's a show on Netflix called Nobody Wants This.
Okay.
And
Cindy watched it.
I always forget the name of it. Yeah, my wife started watching it, and she did the thing that she rarely does, where she was like, "Mine, if you want to watch it, you can start it on your own." And I was like,
"Oh shit, okay,
okay." So I started it. I got 3 episodes in, and she was like, "Oh wait, you're further along than me." I was like, "Okay, well, let's
now
watch."
she's pissed, right?
No, then we started watching it together, and we watched the rest of the show together.
Okay.
But the premise of the show is basically a meet cute between like a rabbi, basically a young, attractive, single
a rabbi walks into a bar.
Jewish rabbi who meets a
says, ouch.
Shister.
No, it's a shiksta. Basically,
it's on Seinfeld. It's episode of Seinfeld.
Okay, well,
Shiksta.
they almost called the show this, actually.
Okay.
But the first episode is called this shiksta, which is this basically this Christian woman that comes in that's blonde and is attracted to the Jewish rabbi. So
somebody who comes in and lures somebody away from the Jewish faith.
Right? Yeah, they're kind of
like a siren of sorts.
A tramp is what we call them.
Yeah, it sets up. And so I'm not giving too much away.
The boss and you fucking whores.
But the title of the show basically gives you the premise. Nobody wants this. There's lots of different forces that are kind of pulling these two apart, but will they make it? And so it's a nice little rom-com, if you will, and totally bingeable show. Cool. And relates to that whole Jewish outsider Christian kind of aspect. So.
There was a show in the early 70s, Meredith Baxter Birney, who was in Family Ties.
Yes.
And her husband at the time, I can't remember his name, but they did a show, Bridget Loves Bernie. Bernie was a Jewish man. She was a Christian, and this was back in the early 70s.
Oh, okay.
So I kind of remember a little bit of it, but it was a big, I just remember people talking about like, oh my God, because it was the early 70s. It was, it was very, it couldn't have been made in the 60s.
Well, the show was written very well, and obviously it's been being streamed and binged enough that Netflix already greenlit it. Unlike Chaos, which we learned this week, got the axe, so no season 2 for Chaos. It's a one and done show. So
bummer.
Yeah, where's Matt Tree? So you could tell me who. I have to look it up.
Bummer of a birthmark, Hal.
Yeah, I really dislike religion. I don't want to take a polarizing position.
Crap.
I was growing up. I grew up in a Catholic home, and I think there's some values there that are instilled at a very young age for me. And I think I still retain some of those values, but not all of them. Most of them I have gotten dropped by the wayside, and I think that for me, I I actually really can't stand religion and the negative impacts that it can have and has a lot of the time. Usually does.
We have wars over religion.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
which it goes round and round and round.
And and organized religion specifically.
Fucking sucks.
And
my opinion. Sorry for those. There are some God-fearing folks out there.
Damn it!
A lot of you. And I mean, no offense to you whatsoever.
Made somebody cringe.
It's just not my thing.
My attitude is if that's what makes you happy, that's what keeps you grounded, that's what makes you a better person.
Just don't fuck with other people's shit.
Yeah. Here's a motto. Let's just like not do harm
to
others.
Fucking business.
Exactly.
Well, okay.
Can I go back to Bridget Love Burney real quick?
Sure. Yeah. Go ahead.
It was David Burney was the actor, and it lasted one season.
Oh. Okay.
So,
well,
there you go.
They weren't ready for it.
No.
So
it was just.
But
it was too controversial.
If we could just mind your own business, but also let's not do harm to others. There's so many people that are just like willingly, they're okay with allowing or doing harm to others. Let's just stop that. So
fuck that shit. It's stupid.
But
speaking of Netflix,
can we be honest though?
Yeah,
always.
It's never going to happen.
I know. Yeah.
I mean, violent for whatever reason, people love violence, and it's just.
I do.
Again, I've never understood fighting over religion. Well, you don't like my religion? Well, I'm going to kill you. Where God says, "Don't kill anybody."
It reminds me.
I'm going to kill you.
One of my favorite bumper stickers I've ever seen, and said that fighting for peace is like fucking for virginity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
and somebody always wants to have the bigger dick. So
yeah, it's true.
Oh, good luck with that.
Speaking of Netflix, I will say I think I mentioned to you maybe I mentioned a couple of weeks ago. I'm not quite sure, but Netflix has recently picked up from the FX. I think I did talk about this in the show, but they picked up the show Heels, which is an FX original show with Stephen Amell and a bunch of other newer actors and actresses. I can't think of the guy's name. The dude that was on For All Mankind, the old astronaut that went up and didn't make it back. Regardless, he's one of the characters in the show.
One of the actor from. Okay,
yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah, gotcha. So they the show is great. First of all, I read a comparison. This is not my words, but I read a comparison somewhere that someone had mentioned. It's like Friday Night Lights for wrestling, and that's a really, really good description of the show. So I will kind of give you a quick synopsis of it. It takes place down in Atlanta, Georgia, and it's kind of like almost like a documentary series type show. Not a documentary. That's not exactly. It's nothing like a documentary. It's more of a drama series about this independent wrestling league in Atlanta, Georgia, and the family that runs it. There he is. Yeah. Stephen Amell, who is, you might know him from
James
Green
Harrison's
Arrow.
in it. James Harrison's in it.
Who's that?
Pittsburgh Steelers linebacker, dirty player.
Oh, great.
I'm looking it up. And then David James Elliott's in it. My wife would probably watch it because she's in love with him.
So the show is really, really fucking good. It's actually what's his name? One of the writers, also one of the.
What am I doing on there?
Michael O'Malley. Remember Michael O'Malley from like Guts on Nickelodeon?
Yeah,
he's in it. It's Crystal. She's so hot. Anyways, so yeah, the show is really.
I think I saw
good.
previews for this.
Chris Bauer, Wild Bill Hancock. That's the guy I was thinking about. And then Michael O'Malley's in it as well. The show is a really good show, and it got canceled on FX. On FX.
Oh, right. But
Netflix just picked it up this year.
Apparently cheaper than Chaos.
Right. But here's the deal. Like, I was watching an interview with Stephen Amell, and he was referencing how like he's and a lot of the other people in the cast are kind of referencing the deal with Netflix as like the rebirth, because they never really got the love they needed from FX. FX is one of those channels that kind of got fucked when it came to streaming. Like, there's no really good like places to watch FX unless you subscribe to Hulu. But
right.
like,
I was going to say
Hulu is not a subscription service that is nearly anywhere near as widely adopted than the other ones. But point is, I highly recommend the show. Like it's very, very, very good. And I'm hoping that if it does gain popularity, that Netflix may say, "Hey, let's bring it back, right? Let's pull on to and do like a season 3." Because as of right now, there's only 2 seasons. I think they're about 8 to 10 episodes each season.
Drama?
Man, what's that?
Is drama?
Yeah, but it's so good. Like it's really, really good. And like, granted, I might be a little bit slanted on the story just because of the fact that I'm very into wrestling as of late. But I really enjoyed it. I think everybody who's on this show would actually probably get a kick out of the show, or get a kick out of the show.
I'm gonna try to remember this as I search for shows to watch, because as of right now I'm kind of in this like limbo. So
there is an underlying theme of self-harm.
Oh, okay.
In the show, so I wanted to just let that get out there. It's a suicide relates to suicide.
Okay.
So if there's anybody out there gets triggered by that, they do give you the blurb before the episode starts that kind of deals with it. But a lot of the storyline has to do with the concept of suicide, and it does happen in the show, and it is kind of jarring. But I just wanted to give that as like a hey, you need to know about this before you get
that's good to know. I mean, I was watching Reservation Dogs, and like the first season of that has a suicide in it, and I was not expecting it, even though they put the little thing at the top. Sometimes you don't always read that because you're just like, whatever, I'm in for it.
Yeah.
And then it happens, and you're like, okay, I was not prepared for that move.
At least they do put warnings on shows.
They do. Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's smart.
But so I finished that. I finished those 2 seasons, and I really do hope that they Netflix sees an opportunity in the show to extend it out, because I think they've got plenty of stories to tell. And they ended it in a way that you're like, fuck, you can't end it there. You know what I mean? They definitely ended it not knowing they're going to get canceled on FX, with intent of extending it out. So check that out. Really, really good show. Heels on Netflix.
I talked about a show last week, Dark Winds.
Is that what happens when you fart after having black beans?
Oh, it is. I had chili today. It's about an Indian reservation where these Indian reservation cops are trying to solve a murder and all this stuff. And I just finished the 4th episode, and it's got a breaking. I didn't realize it was from AMC. It's got a Breaking Bad feel to it. Kind of the way it was shot.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm really enjoying it. It's 6 episodes a season, but the Padres have been playing, and I've been trying to get everything done and just don't have time. So I kind of put it on hold for a second. But
fuck the Dodgers.
Fuck the Dodgers. Hopefully they can beat the Dodgers tomorrow.
Dark Winds.
Dark Winds.
Sorry. Dark Winds. That's your current binge.
It doesn't take much to derail me. But you mentioned Dodgers. I was like, triggered me. Randy says he's seen it, so it's just well done, and I don't know how they can live out there. You drive through Arizona, drive through New Mexico. Like, we're gonna put you here. Is that okay? With no resources and just
Also, some of this land could have been radiated because
nuclear bombs.
There's a chance, but it's all yours.
You could have some free Vaseline.
Why is there a refrigerator over here?
Yeah, I mean they're literally using rabbit ears to watch TV, and I'm like going, is this? At first I was like, is this filmed in the past? No.
Dark Winds is on which streaming service?
Netflix.
Okay.
And there's a whole.
We've been talking a lot about a Netflix stuff as of recently. Chris, you weren't here last week. I talked about a show that I picked up and binged it in a week, where it was taking me like several weeks to get through Chaos, and I just felt like I was like the 40-year-old man falling asleep on the couch. By the way, I think that could be a crucial test, like a way of rating, like, is your show bingeable? Get the
you fall asleep watching it?
Dad nap test. Okay, the dad nap. Like, okay, this
What
one
about
got a
Grandpa
this one got a
Grandpa nap?
this one got a 7. This one got a 7 on the dad nap rating. You know, it's
Okay.
like, it's not going to be. You might 3 out of 10 dads fall asleep basically watching the show. Anyway, whatever. The show that I watched,
I like the scale. I think we need to like make this a thing.
This could be a thing.
Yeah.
The dad nap scale. I'm serious.
Dad
You
naps.
go into a movie. It's a blockbuster movie. It's been hot outside. You've been working, air conditioning. Are you gonna fall asleep? I'm sorry, but
I've done that with movies. I've done that with movies.
Exactly.
Like if the blanket's on the couch and you bring it anywhere near close to the side of your face where it feels like a sweet caress of a pillow.
And it's a boring movie. Yeah, I did that in the Tigger movie when the kids were young.
Oh gosh, yeah.
You put a blanket to your face?
No, I'd worked all. I forget what it was. I had
it was right there.
Sleep. Took the kids. Let's go see Tigger. Okay, they want to go see it. I'll go take them. And all I remember is my daughter going, "Pop, Dad, wake up, wake up!" I go, "This is a great movie." And I just kept it was Jay.
You just paid $7.25 to take a nap.
Hey,
I go, it was. I don't even know if it was $7.25 back then. It was probably like $3. But yeah, I'll never, because they still bring up today. You fell asleep during the Tigger movie. I go, because it sucked. It was terrible. God damn it. Okay.
All right, dad nap scale. Other thing I was going to tell you about though, Chris, I mentioned this on the show last week. Binge this show. There was two seasons on Netflix. The second season just dropped as of recently. It's called Kevin Can F Himself.
Oh, yes.
It's a hilarious send-off on the TV sitcom. And I thought of you as I was watching it because it takes place in Worcester. So, and
Worcester.
Yeah,
even
though in the trivia it says that it's filmed somewhere else in Massachusetts.
Yeah.
It's funny that somebody was like on it on that. But
yeah, I do believe that's about Kevin James, right?
Yes, there is a bit of a nod, but not just that, but just a lot of that TV sitcom trope. But yes,
yeah.
And it's interesting how the TV sitcom as it's its own vibe, and it comes and goes in the show, and it almost kind of tells you like its own story. So it's kind of like a bipolar show where it has two different vibes.
It's about Kevin James, you said?
Well,
it's loosely based upon. I think the story was like
the Kevin. So Kevin Can Wait.
Mall Cop?
No. So the TV show Kevin Can Wait, which starred Kevin James. In the first season, there was an actress that played his wife on the show.
Oh, and they fired her.
There was some apparently like some misogyny in the background that was going on, and she was written off the show at the end of the season.
She was killed, right?
She was killed, exactly, and they just recast her. And there's a funny in joke with that actress and that whole bit. But you kind of have to watch the show to see it all play out. But even that part aside, like it's a funny and interesting dark comedy premise, and it stars Annie Murphy or Murray from Schitt's Creek. Yeah, and she's for the first couple episodes, I'm just like, Alexa, you're in trouble. You need to get out of this situation. Like, girl, what has happened? But by the end, and my family actually just started rewatching Schitt's Creek, which is such a great show, by the way. And watching her, you've never seen it all the way through?
No, for some reason I got busy and
the last season they got 9 Emmys.
Really?
And the entire cast, acting or actor, actress,
seasons, right? 7 seasons.
I think it's 7.
Yeah, I'm
they swept
the 4th season.
They swept the acting category with the best actor, best supporting actor, best actress, and best supporting actress.
I might just start it over
as well as the best show, the best writing, or like they got screen like for the writing, and they got 9. They were nominated for like 16 Emmys, and they got 9. Yeah, it's like I was looking up some stats about it, and I was like, this is fucking amazing. Like, because it just doesn't happen. There's no other comedy show that like every single actor.
I don't know why I stopped watching. It was very funny.
So anyway, little shout out to Schitt's Creek and Kevin Can F Himself. And
I'm finally on the final season of Modern Family.
Okay.
It's the 10th season was tough. The 11th season, I think I'm like 3 episodes in.
Yeah.
I go, give it do I give it the Dexter rule where I can just say, okay, it's okay to stop watching a show? That's the Dexter rule.
I mean, I think you got to watch the final.
I think because it's been so long, but it's literally taking me longer, and I'll start like an episode. And I go, okay, I can.
It's really like kind of like how Nick describes Friends, kind of as a background show in his parents' house or his sister's house. For a while, Modern Family was kind of like our background show because it could be on and the kids could be working on something, and
it still has its funny moments
for sure. It has movements for sure.
But again, like I said, they should just rip Manny's character off. He was so good when he was younger. His character was funny.
Yeah.
As he gets older, it just gets obnoxious.
Yeah, I mean I hate
to say it, he's unlikable.
Right. It is since you're going into the last season, watch for a lot of the more because I think they end in 2019, so they go right before COVID.
Yeah.
So they actually make a lot of more contemporary references than what you kind of think.
It's funny. I must not have paid attention to this. We watched it. My wife and I watched it every week. And I'm like going, I don't remember this. That must have been on my computer or something.
Yeah,
not really paying attention to it, but I'm pretty proud of myself. I'm almost done with it. So, I mean, there was a scene in season 10 where it's about birthdays.
Yes,
it was season 11. I can't remember, and that was a pretty good episode. It was a smart.
Where
episode.
It kind of kept jumping forward in time. And one character, even as much as you might hate Manny, I love Sherry and his improv actress friend.
Yeah.
Her anytime she's on the screen,
she was funny, yes. And how she acted.
Have you gotten to the part where she's doing the whole if your dog bed she's doing a voice?
I just watched it and Gloria tells would be, and then he goes too far.
Yeah.
But the birthday party, because it reminded me of me when Jay feels like going, I'm going to learn how to ride a unicycle. And I'm going to learn how to play the piano, and you can all come to my recital. And Jay goes, great. Another thing we have to go to. I started laughing because I say that all the time. I go, come on, Jesus Christ. I have a weekend off.
There's one where Fred Willard's character, the grandpa, shows up. And he's like, well, I drove out from Florida just for this. I guess I'll just drive back.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it's not as bad as I thought, because I am laughing.
Yeah.
It just seems like
Manny's
more the butt of the joke.
He is more the butt of the joke. Have you gotten to the episode where the grandpa, Fred Willard's character, dies?
Not yet, no.
That gets me. That one really gets me.
Well, Fred, he's you
can tell
he's a very likable actor. I mean,
you can tell how he's deteriorating.
Yes.
But watch that episode and pay attention to Fred Willard, because he delivers those lines like a pro. And he's just such a funny, likable guy.
He was. When Haley and Dylan are going to get married.
Mm-hmm.
He's on the video thing, the iPad. And
he is.
He's tripping over. Jay, help me! Jay's like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, he very funny, underrated. Very funny.
Oh, for sure. No, Fred Willard's totally underrated.
I mean, it's a great show, and I know, but it just went a little too long.
For sure. No, the premise is, and even my kids kind of point out stuff like they have a whole send off for Jay's assistant, who I also find to be really hilarious. She's kind of like Sherry. She's just like Marjorie or Maureen.
I think it's Marjorie.
She's always in the background, but she's just like, oh, I went down to the wine cellar, and then Claire's just like, we it's the basement, we don't have a wine cellar. So her character is a riot, but they have a send off for her, but Alex was dating that one dorky guy, and he just disappears. He worked for
the fireman.
No.
That guy. Oh yeah.
He worked for Purchase Closet. He just disappears. You just never see
he
him
was
again.
funny.
Yeah.
I liked his character, but I probably went as far as he could.
Yeah. Anyway, it's
because I don't watch too many. I don't watch too many of network shows anymore. The only show, probably the only show I watch it, other than reality shows like Survivor stuff like that, is Ghost. Is the only, and that's coming back next week, I think. Yeah, I think it's the only network show I watch.
I'm trying to think of network shows that I can.
Cindy goes, Kathy Bates is doing a new Matlock. I go, well, that's okay. I'm good. It's probably 10 years ago. I was, let's watch it.
Right.
Oh, Matt Case is the 17th.
Abbott Elementary, love that show. So that's
Cindy watches that.
So and
she started again. It's one of those shows she started without me.
Oh,
and it's like the show you were talking about earlier. Bridget Loves Bernie. I can't remember the name. So I just Bridget Loves Bernie.
So they hate us. Nobody wants this for whatever reason.
Yeah,
that name, it doesn't stick. I'm glad that it got picked up for a second season already. But again, I think part of that is due to the bingeability of it. Like people have just been watching that. So
Cindy started watching it on Sunday.
Kristen Bell's gotten some.
I'm going to watch
some work done because there's something about her. Yeah, there's something about her cheeks in one of these scenes where I'm just like, they're just too puffy, stiff. Weird. Like, yeah, there's something about her that I'm just like, you've changed and not.
She didn't need to have work done. She should have.
Right. I just.
Cindy likes her in shows. That's why she started watching it.
Yeah.
And I probably would have watched it. She goes, I'm already like the 4th episode. I said, okay.
There's only like 10 episodes.
And then I bug her. I said, I don't hear you laughing over there.
It's a sitcom kind of thing. So
then she finished what's that show with what's his name? The actor, wedding planner, wedding crashers, Vince Vaughn. That detective show. We watched the first
Bad Monkey or
Bad Monkey.
We
watched the first episode together, and then she went on without me.
Oh,
I said, okay, go ahead and without me. If I do that, I get in trouble. But she said, she goes, the cliffhanger, the ending was terrible.
Oh,
the worst ending of any show I've ever seen in my life. I go, really? I go, she goes, it just was not satisfying. I said, oh, so I shouldn't watch it? She goes, you can watch if you want. I go, oh, I'm not going to go back and watch it.
I've been curious about Bad Monkey. I know Nick talked about it. The other thing that we talked about last week is taking commercial breaks. And I think right now would be a good time. It's
only been 27 minutes?
Right. Only 27 minutes. Still been talking. So,
dude, and Nick, I was doing my thing as I usually do over here when Nick's you guys talk about a show that I watch. The Heels has a fucking 90-something on Rotten Tomatoes. I didn't even realize that.
All right, we're gonna watch it. Okay.
Yeah, I just noticed that. That's pretty awesome.
As soon as baseball playoffs are over, could be tomorrow.
Don't think like that. I
think I wanted to, I was saving this.
94. Sorry, it's got an average tomato meter and popcorn meter of 94.
If it would have been 95, I would have watched it.
What's Georgie and Mandy and she and Leporn? I'm not sure exactly what
I believe Randy was referencing Darkwind.
Okay.
And
Gotcha. Sorry, I'm reading backwards here. He's also seen the most recent Saturday Night.
I'm going to go see it Saturday. Ironically,
so cheeky.
You can't see it because I got a green screen. Shit.
You're drinking some THC?
Well, we went to the pumpkin patch a couple weeks ago.
Is that where you find it?
Yeah, we got some stuff, and they were offering free little samples of this stuff. So I don't know if it's THC seltzer, 10 milligrams, right here.
Yeah.
My question is, because once you open it, you have to drink it, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Will it freak me? Will I be like, say, okay, I'm freaking out. I'm getting paranoid. Maybe I'm watching a podcast where they're trashing me.
Yeah.
Would that happen again?
I don't know. Like, put it up to the
Who's
screen.
Trashing you?
What kind of THC is it?
I don't remember.
I don't.
Yeah, I mean, 10 milligrams, Jack, for someone who's not typically used to
Sour
consuming THC. That's a good amount. So to put it in perspective, is someone who is, I would say,
a 5 milligram
edible consumer, as in I have them almost every day.
Right.
I typically have. I have just recently kind of like bumped myself up to taking 10 milligrams at a time.
But as someone who is also a 5 milligram is always a good place to start. But you can kind of like after a while you could always throw in another 5 or what have you.
So what should I do? I can't drink the whole thing. That's what I'm saying.
You just fucking let it ride, bud.
I can't handle that freaking out and thinking.
Well, then just drink
dying.
half. Just drink half of it.
I just can't do it. I can't do it.
Record me saying, "Shut the fuck up, loser." Just enjoy it, and just play that over and over and over again.
I'm actually reading what he said in the private chat, and he didn't say loser. He used more.
Is there something in the private chat?
No.
Anyway, I'm just saying. It tasted really good when I had it. I said, I'll get one. And
so, is it legal in your state? How are you getting this? It
doesn't have something that it's okay to sell something. Because I got the Chewies too, and the Chewies have been great because they're the relaxing ones. It takes the pain off my back.
Okay. Jack, is it like a Delta? At the contents. Is
it a Delta?
Is it a Delta 9? Might see like THC,
the Chewies are Delta 9. The Chewy.
Okay.
Y9 Crescent 9 sour watermelon seltzer is delightfully refreshing, highly satisfied beverage that is low in calories, which is important for me, and high in flavor. Made with federal legal hemp, diverted from Delta 9.
Yep. Converted
caffeine
from
free.
Delta 9.
Seltzer provides
bullshit loophole. Just fucking legalize it. Christ.
Right. Like these politicians that are just like, oh well, we're just gonna do the Delta 9. They don't even fucking know.
So Jack, you're probably gonna be fine.
You're gonna be all right. You're not gonna like freak out on a.
All right. I'm not gonna be like spinning around. I can't.
It's interesting. When I was in Nashville in Tennessee, it's not legal, but they do sell Delta 9 flour.
Yeah, we have Delta 9 here.
Yeah.
Just like. That's like fucking just a tip. Just get after it.
Right.
Vote it into all your states because it's fucking stupid. It's absolutely stupid that states do not.
We got Tobacco Row here, the tobacco company.
I know,
but it doesn't even matter if you're tobacco.
We got mushrooms on our ballot this year in Massachusetts. I'm pretty excited about.
All right, I'm not doing any mushrooms.
No,
I don't even like them on my pizza.
The idea of the clinical utilization of psilocybin is actually fascinating. From everything I've read and people I've talked to who have used the treatments, it can potentially cure some serious like mental issues, like from like bipolarism to
really
anxiety. Oh yeah, like they've got tons of medical breakthroughs. How like the microdosing of psilocybin is incredibly beneficial for depression, for all these things. Like, and granted, like. When you do it, like when you okay it for medical use in the state, it's kind of like the gateway. It eventually will roll itself into, recreational. And that's kind of what happened in Colorado. I believe it's now fully available in Colorado.
Colorado's they're pretty liberal about all they pretty much approve everything, right?
But like, there's such great use for it. Like. Everybody thinks of, I'm taking mushrooms. Like the first thing they think about is going back into like,
right,
like an LSD trip. And that's not what it's like. I mean, when you're looking at like the micro dosing of it, it's like for some people they don't even have any type of trip whatsoever. It's just like a body feel. But like it's curing fucking mental conditions, or like at least alleviating the pain.
Like, especially with the epidemic, there's so many people with mental,
Of course, yeah. Like like we have to stop being so goddamn tight ass about this bullshit when it comes to like drugs and what is.
I mean, the amount of basically with alcohol, you can physically drink yourself to death, and no one is ever going to fucking stop you. They actually made a movie about it with Nicolas Cage, but you can never. You can smoke yourself so stupid that you do something stupid and kill yourself, but you're never going to get to the point where you're going to OD. You might you might think Chucky is alive on the end of your bed because I don't know, it's like 3 a.m. and you've overdosed.
I like Chris. I remember Chris saying, "You're not going to die from it."
Right.
But I feel like I'm going to die from it because it just fucks me up. I mean, my imagination just runs wild.
But there are so many unbelievably great uses for all these things, right? Like I'm holding one here. This is one of my favorite products that I've bought with my medical.
It's a hockey puck.
Yeah,
it looks like sex wax.
Well, you kind of look like it too. I wouldn't do that though with this. But it's one of my favorite products I bought with my medical card. It's essentially.
Can't see it.
I'm trying here.
There you go. Fix.
Yeah, this one. I mean, this brand is called The Fix. It's actually made by our local dispensary, but they are putting like this actually has Delta 9 THC in this balm. It's like a tiger balm or like a muscle
cream.
I was just talking to my wife about this just today.
Unbelievable how well it works. Like it's so
really.
Good. Like,
so it takes away like cramps and.
Well, yeah, you know, I mean, I actually I tweaked my back a little bit, so I'm gonna put. That's why I have it down here.
Because we were talking about like the idea of orally taking muscle relaxers as opposed to just actually using an ointment to I mean, it makes more sense.
Like useful ointments. Like I mean, you have like Tiger Balm, Ben Gay, all that stuff really is good. But like I have never experienced like the relief that I get then from this stuff. Like it's so good. Like
I should look
when my dad was before my dad passed and like he was kind of getting into like his well, we didn't know at the time, but it was getting into his final stages. Like he had some significant muscle pain, like ridiculous muscle pain. Like he couldn't even get out of bed. And I was driving him out, 1 or 2 of these a week, just like, and it helped him. It's the only thing that made him feel.
It's sad that they
relatively okay.
That our politicians don't allow that. I mean, I remember when the argument was for medical marijuana for people with cancer. I go, what the fuck? I go,
why are you holding it out? Like,
why is this even an argument?
It's not. It shouldn't even be like that.
I agree.
That happened. And one of the reasons why, like, in my 30s is when I kind of got back into the idea of cannabis was because of that, right? So in 2015, 2016, the years kind of like blend together for me, but it was my wife when she was going through her chemotherapy after her procedures and surgeries and all that bullshit, like she had like a laundry list of prescriptions that were given to her to manage pain, to manage everything, to manage your nausea, manage this. And it's just like on top of all the other medication that she had to take for her post-operative work. The only thing that made her feel half human after chemotherapy, the only thing that would ever, like, she even like would want to get out of bed or even like look at somebody else in the house, the only thing that made her feel that way during those shit times was weed.
Yeah.
And that's when I bought my first like weed vaporizer, not like an oil thing, but like a dry herb vaporizer.
I know.
And we cranked the shit out of that thing, that summer or that fall. Right? When was it? That was spring. It was that was that spring and summer.
It was one of the spring seasons.
Yeah. I don't even know. But it was the only thing that made her feel relatively okay.
Yeah, I never got the argument against. And people would be like, it's unmoral. It's you're gonna. I go, what does it matter?
You know what? You can save your moral judgments to yourself. As long as
your moral judgments to the deaths from tobacco use that my insurance company has to pay for, that jacks up my insurance payments because your fucking great aunt from down the street wanted to get yourself a carton of Kingston's once every other day.
Save your moral judgments for that.
Yes,
exactly. Like
again, most people that are against it are doing another vice.
Right,
like
that's true.
Abusing alcohol, or they're
but
abusing.
But even these politicians that okay Delta 9, but they don't understand like the.
Well, no, it's not that they okayed it. To be fair, it's not that they okayed it. It's that it was never criminalized. It's not criminalized because it's technically
loophole
pre-harvest,
right.
Like the state that it's in, it has no chemical reaction that would potentially alter your mind or anything. It's the fact that it only presents itself after it's cooked or combusted. So it's technically not I don't know. It's some weird fucking loophole in the law that was never criminalized.
I've definitely experienced a peaceful, easy feeling from it, but it's not a consistent thing. And I think that's the frustration thing. So that I find with Delta 9s is that I can't get a consistent, that feeling.
It's not regulated.
So yeah, exactly.
And that's the reason why, like, the dispensaries in states that have a that are regulated, like there's tests and there's restrictions that are put on, so you're going to get like a quality product, or it's been reviewed at least. Like in most of these places, like they actually either make the stuff themselves there, or they have like the same distributors, but like, and it's all very clearly laid out for you. It's like
you just got to read the directions.
Yeah. We don't have to, but I mean,
how do I plug this thing in? Do I have to charge it for like an hour before I use it?
Yeah.
Is that how, like?
No, I was saying, alcohol is such a big, tax revenue, and cigarettes are big tax revenue for the government. That's why they're never going to get rid of it. I mean, it's just like, we put a sin tax on there. They don't want you to stop smoking.
Sure.
That's money coming in. They don't care.
Right.
Alcohol, they don't care. Bring it in. They can say, that's just we gotta cut back on this. So let's put a warning label on it. They make it addicting, and then whatever.
Capitalism will save us all.
Just found out I didn't realize I had.
So anyway.
All right. Well, thanks for the advice. Maybe I'll drink
the fucking seltzer, Jack.
I'm not drinking it tonight. I'm gonna do it tomorrow. I might do it tomorrow when I'm watching the Padre game.
Yes, there you
go. I might do
it. Yeah, it'll either do that, or it'll make you like so,
or you'll just go to sleep.
Paranoia that you'll just be like.
I'll say, the Padres won 20-0. Oh, it was 1-0. Okay, well, it seemed like a lot better.
The Red Sox are playing.
Yeah, Red Sox. Talk about Red Sox. Anyway,
I
love gummies.
I have a few left we got at the pumpkin patch. We're gonna order some, and they deliver them.
Oh, okay.
This pumpkin patch was your typical North Carolina pumpkin patch, which there was no patch. They were just selling pumpkins in the front, and they had
pickup truck.
No, it was, and their pumpkins were, God damn it! It was in Cary, which is like I don't know, figure out the richest area in your town. Cary is like that here. It's like La Jolla in San Diego. It's like upper class, I guess. But it was the pumpkins were like $25 for I'm like, I'm not paying $25 for some stupid pumpkin I was going to put in my yard. It's going to mold and rot.
I bought mine from Costco for $5.99.
They had it was hot and humid that day too. There's a picture of me just sitting there like going. Cindy goes, "Are you done?" I go, "I've been done for a while, but I'm hanging in for the grandkids." Yes, B. We went on that. I'm too old for this shit. Anyway,
what really ages me, I've been going through digital files, and photos, and finding like just kind of organizing every year, and every month, and every grouping of photos with my family. So basically like kind of organizing just digital photos. So it's a daunting task, because after a while you're like, fuck, I am still like 10 years out.
So did it not have like metadata associated where you couldn't sort it?
No, I do have some metadata, but some of the metadata
are these actual old photos, or
no old photos, just digital stuff.
Digital photos. Okay.
Yeah, digital photos that you like.
Not like the old, photograph.
Digital photos that I had on like different devices. Like it's like you got some on CDs, you got some on this flash drive over here, and they've just all been thrown together, and you're trying to like just kind of like sort through. So it's like a time machine because you go back and you're like, oh, well, I remember this. So,
yeah, Jay was doing that he's doing that with our family videos, and every now and then I go, I don't like seeing these.
Huh?
I was young.
Yeah,
had my whole life in front of me.
It is kind of.
Now I'm almost
like
dead.
Seeing the seasons roll by like that.
It's like what's funny because
if you're on TikTok gathers pretty much how old you are based upon your input that you put into this thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know about you guys, but I keep getting a couple different like this. It's like
you muted yourself.
They show like a yearbook photo of somebody. And
yeah.
And then like they're at their class reunion, right? And those keep popping up on my feed. And there's actually one picture that I think it was playing like Blink 182 in the background. And it was just a picture. You're
from San Diego,
typical like group of female friends in 1998, and you're like, oh my god,
yeah,
like, man, that was so fucking long ago. But it feels like it was like just yesterday. You know what I mean?
I like the comments in the thing because they rate the women. Angie for whoever it is, like Angie for the win. It's like
Angie aged well.
Yeah. Oh, rough for Mary.
Oh, the quarterback really fumbled the ball.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like wow, man. It gets brutal. Well, it's the internet. But it's
I'm thinking of like some 90s names, like like there'd be a Christina in there, or there'd be like a Brittany. So
Brittany,
but it's like you
a
see
Nicole,
photos, you get conditioned to the
Nikki.
point now where you're like, you're watching those videos, like, oh, this guy's gonna be fat. Oh, this guy's got super nice hair. This guy's gonna be bald. But
it happens.
Speaking of which, this never happens to me, and I don't know. You guys tell me, but I'm at Costco checking out, and it's kind of funny because like
that's your second Costco reference today, by the way.
Is it?
Carry on.
This show,
the RCAT, is sponsored by Costco.
Well, my wife and I do our
for $5 at Costco.
Well, my wife and I do our Costco runs on Thursday or whatever, and right before we're about ready to leave the house, I'd kind of like slicked back my hair, and then I'd taken like a towel to it, so it was just sticking up, and I forgot to comb my hair. Right, I just was like,
what a travesty.
She looks at me and she's just like, "Are you gonna comb?" And it's just like sticking straight. And I was like, "Okay, whatever." She's making fun of me. So we get to Costco, we get all the way to the checkout line, and the guy there, he is just some normal dude, and he just looks up at me and he's like, "I love your hair. You've got great hair." And he's like, "I always wanted to, like, my hair was like kind of doing this like kind of dip down thing." And he was like, "I always wanted to have my hair do that." And I was like, "Thanks. You made me feel great." 5 stars.
Now can I have your number?
I was like, "I don't care. Like, fine."
Is this supposed to make me happy? I'm sorry. What was the story about?
Getting a compliment.
You
from
have
another
great
man.
hair. Okay.
Oh, Matt finding love at Costco.
Yeah, I mean, have you ever had another employees just compliment you on anything?
Somebody complimented my jaw.
Really? See, how did that make you feel though?
Weird.
You didn't take it as like, okay, yeah, or were they like shitting on it? They were like, "You're just
no,
too...
like I like your
jawbone of an ass."
I was like, okay, cool, thanks, man.
Randy's never been to Costco. I used to get.
Never been to Costco?
That's the sad thing about losing my hair. That was my biggest compliment. People go, "I want your hair." I go,
"So do I."
So people, and then people would see pictures of old face. I like people I used to work with. They'd go, "I think the most depressing thing about losing your hair is you used to have great hair." I go, "Yeah, thanks for bringing that up. I appreciate it. That's not making me feel any better." It's like.
Remember 1983? That was like such a great year for your hair.
Yeah, I did. Did you comb it? What kind of shampoo? I go, I don't remember.
Randy, yes. Costco.
Yes.
Hot dogs.
In fact, that's what Cindy
and rotisserie chicken.
What Cindy and I do. We go to Costco.
Okay.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And she gets a slice of pizza, and I get a hot dog, and it comes with a Coke, and we're having dinner for like $3.50,
right?
I don't know, it's like
$3.50.
three. It's like $3.50. Hot dog's $1.50.
Yeah, the pizza's like $1.99, I think.
So there you go.
Costco's not. I mean, Costco has some competition around here. We have, I believe, it's made its way towards your way, Jack, perhaps. But we have BJ's.
We do have BJ's.
Mm-hmm.
BJ's.
I was really disappointed because I walked in and that wasn't what I thought it was going to be.
Hey. One of my good friends is actually a buyer. So if you ever bought any pajamas or menswear, you know, when you walk into BJ's and that there's that first table that's there, and it's like piles and piles of like, oh, I can buy this fucking for $9. Get me 4 of them, like that type of clothing. She's the one who chooses all that stuff.
Oh, okay. Cool. I've been to a BJ's in a couple of years. We have one that's on the other side of town.
And the cool kickback on that job is that she has to sign, like she knows a lot of what's about to happen in media before other people do. Like she has to sign.
Oh, she's a congressperson.
She has to sign NDAs with like Disney, so she knew about like she knew all about the characters and plot lines of like pretty much every Disney show, because she had to buy the merchandise for it like 8 months, 9 months, a year before,
and so she can't say anything.
Right? She can't. Like I remember she knew about the Mandalorian before any of us did. It's like, fuck.
Yep.
I couldn't be able to hold on to that.
I'd be on this podcast talking about it.
Well,
maybe
Randy, also, and they don't have this at our local Costco, but they have out in Washington. They used to have brats, and I love the brats. They had brats, and you could get sauerkraut with it.
I don't like sauerkraut. Who likes sauerkraut?
Okay, well, if you're eating a brat,
I mean, I'll fucking crush some sauerkraut in a brat.
Exactly.
You guys are communists. I can't eat this stuff.
Load it up.
So we're the Germans here.
Da, du schinkst wie Scheiße.
I think I'm closer to German than all of you, aren't I?
I don't know.
I
pull out my 23andMe.
I have some German/Irish
Glatfelter.
Yeah.
But I thought you already did your
yeah, I'm more Swiss than German.
So there you go.
You know, that's what happened to me at Costco. The guy looked at my tag
and
he saw he started speaking German to me. I go, yeah, I don't know what you're saying.
And then you walked away and he was like, bad genes.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, Dunkopf. I don't know. I was trying to get all my Hogan's Hero stuff.
Yeah. Apparently it went over Jack's head, but boy, Chris picked up on that one.
I didn't hear you. What'd you say?
That's okay.
Yeah, no. It's best left in the past.
Oh, I'm gonna have to go back and watch it. Thanks.
Yeah. That's why you gotta watch this live. Anyway, Costco out in Washington, they sold brats. Delicious. I don't know why our Costco can't sell them.
We don't sell. Well, what pisses me off is they have the hot dog. They show onions on it.
Yeah,
I love it. There's no onions. I go, this is false advertisement. Where's the onions? But I will say this though: when I went to when I was out in San Diego, I went to a game at Petco Park and got a hot dog. Actually, I bought 3. One was by mistake.
Made out of dogs.
I don't know what it was. Petco Park. But they had this. I'd never used it before. They had you just put all your items on the on a tray thing.
And weighs it out for you?
Yes. No, it scans it, and I go. So I'm like, what am I doing here? And then I bought an extra hot dog. Did I talk about this last week? I bought a hot dog by mistake, and I said, I go, I grabbed 3. I didn't want 3 because you just grab them like this. I go, went to the guy, this young kid. I go, hey, can I just put this one back? And he's like, I go, I bought 3. I only wanted 2. Can I put this one back? He goes, you know what? I'm gonna help you out here. I'm just gonna pay for the fucking hot dog. So I go and get the hot dog, and I gave it to Zach. I think the hot dog. I'm like, he never answered me. He just kept looking at me. I go, what is he, fucking stoned? I go, yes or no. It's a simple question.
He's like, I'm broken. I've never had to take a return for a hot dog before. I think you may, Jack, you may have been the first person in that stadium or wherever the fuck you were.
It was
Petco. To request a hot dog return.
I literally walked like 3 feet. It's 3 feet from the hot dog thing. I said, oh crap, I got 3. I don't want 3. And I go, you know what? Whatever. I'll just pay for the fucking hot dog. But the hot dog I had get at Costco is 10 times better than the hot dogs at the stadium because they're just. And then I think it was like because I got a beer, 3 hot dogs, and some terrible nachos. The chips were stale, and the sauce wasn't hot. They were. I said, this isn't really nachos. Nachos are supposed to have like peppers in it and cheese. I mean, it was just like fake nachos. In San Diego, you shouldn't get fake nachos. It was like $66.
I will say though, like that whole scan your shit on this pad thing is pretty incredible.
It is.
The first time I saw that, I was in it was last summer I was at Wrigley for the Dead and Company concerts, and dude, I remember standing there and because I was out of my tree. First of all, I'm at the Grateful Dead and day drinking and everything, and I'm watching somebody do this, and I'm like, how does that work? Like, what? Like, how does they're just literally just putting their beers on this little platform, and then whatever, and it's like, boom, pay here. It's like, how do you know exactly what it have? And then it was tripping me out because I was definitely on a different place.
I was completely sober, and if it weren't for my brother-in-law, I'd still be standing there because I'm going, where do we pay for it? I even turned to the guy that, I go, well, you're not going to answer me. I go, where is it? I go, my brother-in-law goes, oh, put it all on the tray. I go, the what? He goes, I go, yeah, it scans it. I go, I scan it. He goes,
it's wild.
He goes, no, it scans it by itself. I go, all right. And then when it said $66, I go, it's got to be wrong. Oh, I'm at the stadium. I'm sorry, I forgot.
But then you also got a free hot dog, or would have gotten.
I did not get a free hot dog. Zach got a free hot dog. Oh my god! But I did want to.
What would Cliff do in that situation?
Cliff would buy. Cliff would even.
Would Cliff do the return as well, or would he?
No.
He would literally throw the hot dog back.
I know what Cliff would do. He would put in another commercial break.
Nice.
Poor Cliff.
All this so hot dog. I want to go make a hot dog now.
I did notice something the other day. I take my grandson to his preschool, and most of the people are very young. They're
Randy, sorry.
Randy says Cliff has been banned from Costco.
He'd still, at $1.50, he'd probably still only buy one hot dog.
He'd maybe try to get half or split it with somebody. He doesn't want a foot long. He only wants 6 inches.
Matt K says, City STL. Soccer.
Yeah.
St. Louis.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
That's what I'm guessing.
Has a magic grocery store and you just walk out. I think
I've seen those on TikTok.
Really? See, our Kroger,
there's a Walmart that's a magic grocery store here where people just walk out.
Our Kroger, like 5 years ago, so 5 or 6 years ago, our Kroger was brand new, and they had where you could have a gun. Sorry, not that kind of gun.
Costco,
an actual
has a
shopping
gun.
Scanning gun. Yeah, I know. Kroger's got a gun.
Yeah, and scan yourself out.
And yeah, you could scan all of your so you didn't even have to you could just bag it in your grocery cart. Boop, 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 boop.
Self-serve.
And then when you go up to the self-checkout, you just scan the barcode, boop, brings up everything you have, pay it, and get out.
Oh, you're saying as you're going along.
Yep.
Yeah, you can scan as you go along.
Okay.
And then at the end, you take that scan gun, you scan a little barcode at the checkout, it brings it all up automatically. You already have everything bagged, so you don't have to move everything over. It's just all ready to go. Boom, pay it. Bob's your uncle. You're out the fucking door.
Our Costco used to have the self-serve. You get to the thing, but now you can't take the big. They used to have a gun for you, but they don't have it. You have to wait for the customer service guy to come over.
That's frustrating. Well, our Kroger did away with it because of people thieving and not doing. It's like whatever. But it was so convenient. It was so convenient.
I'm sure that's what it was. People are going, "Oh, I scanned that."
Yeah, I'm just leaving out the door with all of this groceries,
But anyway, I'm at this daycare, and the people there, there's people that are polite and no manners, and there's people that are just flat out rude. And so I started just judging every day. I've noticed that the people that are like 33 and under are just, for the most part, pretty rude. The people that are older say, "Oh, I'm sorry, excuse me." It's not a lot of room in the hallways in this thing, and I'm usually holding a toddler in my hand who weighs like 30 pounds dead weight. The kids will come out of the classroom, and the mother or father will sit down and talk to the kid. "Oh, how was your day?" And they're there. I go, "There's like 9 of us behind you. Can we wrap this up?" And I had 2 parents the other day. They're talking to each other. I go, "Excuse me." They look at me and keep talking. I go, "No, excuse me. Can I get by?" The older people say, "Oh, I'm sorry." Like I'm in someone's. I'm so sorry. The younger people don't say it. They just like they open up their doors to put their kids in the car. I can't get to my car. I got to wait for them to fit. And they look at you and they see you, and they just go, "Screw it, I don't care." So I'm not criticizing. I'm not saying every person who's like 33 and under.
No, I'm pretty much Jack rants about.
I go, but what has happened to society where it's just simple common courtesy? What's going on here? What's going on? And it takes me like 10 minutes to get out of there because people, I don't know what the fuck they're doing in their cars.
It's a good thing you don't teach college, because let me tell you,
I couldn't do it. I'm just saying, is this common? I'm not out in the real world that often.
I had to send out an announcement just the other day. I was like, class starts at 9. Like, by the way, this was the second time I sent it out because I'm just like fucking over it. I'm like,
they come in late.
Well, I said, look, I was nice the first couple weeks as we got class going, but now you have to be on time. We're like in the middle of the semester now.
We thought it was just a recommendation.
We didn't know. We thought you were the cool guy. We thought you were the cool.
No, now you're not. You're not the cool teacher anymore.
I don't know. I don't give a shit.
Oh, you want to be the cool teacher? Come on.
But they're like, but you have such really nice hair.
Thanks, Chris.
I've always wanted to have my hair do that.
I don't know.
You guys have really nice hair.
Okay. Clearly, not everybody on here likes my hair, but I don't usually get.
I like your hair. I wish I had it.
I don't usually get compliments from.
I would comb it differently, but I wish I had your hair.
You comb it differently. Thank you. I mean,
I would change the length over here a little bit, and maybe just comb.
I might put some highlights in it, but that's just me.
Yeah, I might just change the whole thing.
Yeah.
One of our
I'd wash it once in a while.
one of our favorite Modern Family quotes, Jack. We use this just as a family sometimes. Is it's Phil? He's talking about Thanksgiving or some kind of holiday thing, and he says something like, "Sure, Claire, your whatever approach works too. But this is really nice." So like we always kind of say like, "Sure, I don't care, whatever approach like works great." Like, so that idea.
Well, we've talked about it before. Is how do they all stay married?
Right.
Especially Cam and Mitch, because
my gosh,
they
should never have another child.
Like on the birthday one where Jay
regifted. I'm so sorry, Chris.
Jay regifted the book to the wine book to Phil. He goes, "Oh, you even wrote in it." It was a gift that Cam gave to. He goes, "What you wrote?" I goes, "I didn't even read it. I didn't know it was worth it." So the whole birthday year is Cam going, "Oh, did you regift that?" And he goes,
"Yeah."
And finally, Jay goes to Mitch, "How do you live with this?"
Hold on, was that a Lando beer glass?
Wow.
Okay. That's
way to go, Carl Weathers. There you go.
Where'd you get that?
Oh, it's Burger King. Yeah, it's OG. It's Burger King, man.
Burger King.
That's fucking
awesome. Is that pretty? That's gotta be old, right?
Awesome.
Is that the original?
I started. This is my first beer that I was going to drink.
Yeah,
but it's a
dude.
blonde.
That's awesome.
What year did those come out?
This one came out probably in 1977.
And you're using them?
Yeah.
They're not worth anything?
I don't know. This is my fine china, bitch.
I hate your hair.
I don't know where that came from.
All right, I'm gonna look it up. Fuck off.
That's it. That's the show. Like,
this is my fine china.
it's my fine.
If you have 4, it's $59. You can sell 4 for 50.
Okay, well, you know what?
Here's
fine china.
Here's one
bitch.
for $439.
I don't have the set.
Wouldn't
I
that
just
be?
have a
Wouldn't it
few.
be crystal?
I'm pretty sure this was made in China, just like Trump's
I'm
Bible.
so happy that we were all here to experience that moment.
I'm so happy. Yes, I'm
Anyway,
so happy. That's Miss
By the
Rachel.
way, I am drinking a
Oh.
dark stout out of my Lando.
Oh.
mug.
Does that have some kind of meaning?
Well, I also poured the blonde and the Darth Vader one, so think of that what you will. Okay. Truth be told,
I think you owe me. I think that was pretty harsh.
before this podcast
I'm pretty
began,
resentful.
before this podcast even began,
When you come to Raleigh again, I'm going to shave your head and say, "Take this to Costco and show the guy with your."
I need to
hair."
watch my room so you don't.
I
Get
feel like
access to
Don Orsillo and Jerry Remy in between the innings where they can't stop laughing.
Or Mud Grant.
Okay. Before this podcast began, I poured myself a beer. Chris was here for it. And I was like, oh, like, this looks like headache in a can. And I held up.
Well, how do you not
this.
know you had the glass before?
I held this up. Okay.
White
Oh,
Russian.
I didn't see
It's
the
a
glass.
White Russian left-hand brewing company. And I thought, oh, okay, I'll go ahead and crack
I get
this
it.
open.
White Russian because I'm black.
And it said that it was a white stout. And I should have understood that meant that it was blonde.
Oh, yeah.
I
know what you're
just
thinking.
don't go for blondes.
That was from 48 Hours. You don't go for blondes?
I tend to be a brunette. Yeah. So
Well, your hair looks kind of what is the color of your hair? You're kind of losing it though. It's kind of retreating.
thank you for noticing.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's coming full.
shots
I mean,
fired.
you probably got a good 3-4 years. Enjoy
I
those.
do.
Enjoy those compliments at Costco because you're going to be going.
Man,
on there
I think you started the machine of like something you can't turn off right now. Like I think you actually like wheels are in motion for like this is going to be like a podcast arc.
I feel like it. I feel like he's also going to send me some gummies, but really that's going to make my hair fall out. Look,
You have started. You started something today.
we all worry about thinning, so
No, I'm talking
I'm
about
worried
Jack.
about. I'm worried about it.
you're talking about Jack.
He's on you. He is. You started
It's not.
something you can't stop at this point. He is on this right now.
So I was in
I
Costco
did
the other
ask
day.
a simple question, and
Yeah.
I got trashed for it. I mean,
I was in
being
Costco the
nice.
other day, and
and some guy was putting his fingers through my hair.
I was, I was going to the restroom
You want to get AT&T?
like you normally do. I was just using the restroom, and there were like at least 2 other black guys around me, and they looked down and they were like, "You got it going on, man." And I said, "Thanks." So I'm also well endowed.
Okay,
Is what I'm trying to.
that makes sense.
That happened
That
at a
makes
Costco.
sense. I got great hair, big penis. I got the whole.
What the
package.
fuck
Chris is
happened?
embarrassed. Chris is
What the
embarrassed for
fuck
me.
happened?
Chris is embarrassed for me. Jay would lose his mind using those glasses. Yes, Randy, you're right. He would lose his mind that I'm using these.
Jay has
these
great
glasses.
hair too. He'll let you know that.
Look, I'm sorry that I shared that with you. I didn't
I'm
know you
happy
were going to
for
be on
you.
the podcast.
I'm
tonight.
happy for you.
Nobody wants this. That's the show on Netflix.
Oh, that was awesome! You just fucking brought that right back to the beginning. that was a special move you just put there. That was
Thank
pretty
you.
good.
Thank you. I was trying to finish out this show before anybody recognized my dumb black joke there. But no, seriously, like if I were to be complimented on my penis, that would also probably make Jack jealous. So Chris is like, we were past this.
Wow! Wow! No, I do all right there.
Chris
That
just
hasn't
moved his microphone away. He's like, I'm not talking anymore.
That
Just gonna let Matt fly.
hasn't receded. I'm okay.
You know, this is what happens when I go for 2 beers in one night. So
Oh my God, we have 3
What is going on right now?
just drinking some Lando here.
This is where we should probably
take a third
reel
one
back in.
Reel it back in.
I got nothing else to talk about. I mean, hopefully the Padres win tomorrow.
Your mic
Go
went
Padres.
weird. Your
Mine did?
mic went. Yeah, your mic went wild. Went weird.
Oh, you know what it is? It's on the earbuds.
Oh, okay.
That better?
Yeah,
It sounds a lot better. Yeah, a lot better.
Okay, well, I mean,
oh,
it's not as good as your big dick and great hair, but you know,
if it makes you feel any
you have to
better,
reel in your dick. Is that what you have to do?
if it makes you feel any better, I had a birthday over the weekend. I'm that much closer to your. age.
I said happy birthday to you.
I appreciate it.
I think I was first too.
You
come
were
on here and just bash me because I'm bald. Bald and my penis fell off. So
Chris is so right. I am never gonna live this one down. This I might as well have wore
the
blue
wheels
jeans.
are of the machine are moving, and there's literally nothing you can do to stop this.
There's plenty of things you can do about it. Shave your head. Shave your head for me. Make me happy. Come on next week with a shaved head, and I'll be. It'll grow back. It's you got like a 50% chance it'll grow back.
Every time I get like kind of one of those wild hairs that falls out, you're always kind of like, that's never coming back.
Nope.
You know, so I live with it too. It's a different way of living.
Because my wife is always quick to say, your dad had hair until he died.
Wow, you're
okay. All right.
But she chose to marry you, though.
Well, I had great hair when she married me.
Oh wow, that was way to pull the rug out from under.
Let's be honest. If I looked the way I did now,
unintended,
I'd still be single.
You would not. I mean, with this podcasting success that you've had,
he pulled the rug right under. Oh, so good.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm
all right.
This
is
probably
probably the end.
I just can't pay attention anymore.
Probably the end of the show. Chris is like, "Can we pull this puppy over?" I'm just getting started. I'm on the second beer.
Let's
Matt,
get
you're
it
fucked.
started. All right, I'm going to drink this and then come down to come up to Indianapolis, Indiana, to Drunkwinkle or Duke. What's it? What's that?
Nope.
River.
Nope. That's right. That's right. That's
Broad Ripple.
Mike.
Ripple.
Broad
Dunk.
Ripple.
What did
Broad
you say?
Nipple?
Dunk.
Dunk Ripple.
Drunk Ripple.
I can't remember what it was called.
Chris doesn't want to talk, and yet he does. It's just like, it's so funny to watch you. Chris, why don't you? I know you want to end the show, but why don't you share with the listeners what you witnessed today? That was much more amazing. It was much more amazing than any of us.
I can't believe I forgot to fucking mention this. So I'm driving home, and
driving home.
I get a text from my wife to me and our group of our friends, and she has to take a picture of this beautiful aurora borealis, like northern lights in the sky. And the text said, I've been waiting so like 40 something years for it to finally
was
see
it Northern
this.
Lights?
Yeah, we had Northern Lights here tonight in Massachusetts, and it was fucking unbelievable. And I was like, shit, I gotta get home. I want to see this. And I think I sent some pictures to you guys.
Yeah,
to the group text.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I didn't see it.
Yeah, so that's my house, right? The Northern Lights. That was probably, I don't know what time it was at, but that was a picture of one of
it
the
was
shots
about 8:53, 9 o'clock almost. You were so
I got
very
home,
cool.
And it was fucking breathtaking. It's one of those things where my wife
did send it to me.
Yeah, she's obsessed with the Northern Lights. I am too, and we've actually we've talked about potentially making a trip up to Iceland and to go see it. Or even Alaska.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, it was phenomenal. It was one of those moments where I was like, "Holy shit!" Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, was Nick listening to us talk about hot dogs?
Hot dog with a ring, and he said something about Cliff. Yeah, Cindy, we went to Alaska, didn't see the Northern Lights.
Oh,
I don't know if Cliff will ever get married, but there'll be signs. To ring on a hot dog.
How did he know that we were talking about Costco hot dogs?
We
Like
always talk
seriously.
about Costco hot dogs.
I swear Nick was watching us live.
He might have been.
He's fucking with us.
Maybe
So-
he is. Maybe he's actually Randy.
Weird.
Yeah, I've never seen them in the same.
Nope,
Same
I've never
space
seen him in the same
again.
place twice.
Mhm. So
Randy probably left anyway.
no, he just commented. He said big hair energy. You know, like
Yeah, that was like
BDE.
that was 6 minutes ago. He's probably
Oh,
tired.
okay. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. Real quick, Chris, because you didn't listen last week, no complaints here from me. But I did go see a movie in the movie theater, which doesn't usually happen, called Wild Robot. And really, really good. Really, really good. Definite family movie. Definite watch.
Does the robot have good hair?
how about
No,
for a
actually, the
5-year-old?
robot looks like it's bald. So, so
I gotta fix his chair.
Is it Disney or is it?
no, it's not Disney at all. Mm-mm.
No.
So it's an independent, but the voices though, I was surprised because like Mark Hamill's one of the voices, Pedro Pascal is one of the voices. So and
Oh, really cool.
yeah, no, it's really good. Like I was really genuinely. It's rare for me to see a movie in the movie theater that's an animation, and I'm like, I wouldn't mind seeing that again.
Nice.
Like that doesn't happen that often. And yeah, it was a fun for the whole family. My daughter, who's a senior in high school, took one of her friends with us. We had an extra ticket or what have you, and I won't say which one, but one of them was crying.
Was it you?
okay.
So
You
Was it
know what's
no, I'm saying one of them, indicating not me.
so
One of them.
that's been for us in our house right now. That's been watching Inside Out, right?
Oh yeah.
So like Inside Out is pretty much like my daughter, right? So when those movies came out, right? So it's so weird to watch it, and then like the other day, like I was getting so fucking pissed at my kid because he was just throwing a fucking absolute fit. And then I remember I had seen someone do this on TikTok, and I went up to him. I just fucking tapped him on his head. I go, Anger, are you at the console right now? Go get Joy. And he's just like, he couldn't fucking handle it. He's like, fuck, yeah, shit. I love that part of the movie too. Okay, Dad, yeah. Like,
That's
so
awesome.
It was a total like reverse.
And it worked,
fucking
huh?
mind- It totally worked. He's like, oh, okay, I get it. Yeah, I'm sorry, Dad. Cool. And I was like,
That's
we
awesome.
just unlocked some secret language there. But,
Yeah, that is cool.
But yeah, so that's been like the emotional ride for us. Rewatchers watching that with our kids, which made me think about Disney fucking Plus jacking up their prices.
Yeah,
Like
right.
I got my like. Here's your
Mhm.
last bill was $78 or $79 last year. New bill $178. I was like,
Right.
they more than doubled it.
And
Remember when we thought cutting the cord was going to be fun?
Holy shit! It's
They
getting
just
real.
fucked, they're just
Again,
fucking us.
again, you still have the choice.
I
You
get
still
it,
have the
but,
choice to like cut out like certain ones. You don't have to watch them every month, and there's still.
but
like,
you know
no-
the problem is there's
2-year
there's one
commitment
show
or-
on every streaming service that I watch.
Right. But
I-
what I ended
yeah.
up doing was I actually ended up I canceled my account, but I did it because I did some research saying there's always like some out where someone can offer
Right.
you like if you pay for this, like you'll get your subscription. Blah, blah. So I checked. I have FiOS home internet, and they have a deal where if you pay $10 or more a month on your bill, it's Hulu and Disney Plus. And I was like,
Oh, boom.
that's like that's better.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I'm getting like two of the services, actually with ones with ads, but you know,
Right.
whatever.
Right.
But Disney Plus no ads. Like
Mhm.
that's a fucking bang up deal. So don't pay full price is what I'm saying. Find out a way to pay less. or
Yeah,
nothing at
loopholes,
all.
or like sometimes they'll have offers for new
Yeah.
people signing on. So using your wife's account or using a different account completely.
Right.
So
And I know Cindy.
sign
when
up
I'm
from your work computer. So it's a different IP address.
when I'm watching Hulu, I have to watch commercials. But then when Grey's Anatomy comes back on, she pays for that part not to have commercials. I just go because I forgot. I go one day I was watching Modern Family. I went,
oh, okay.
There's usually a commercial here. What the hell happened? I go, she goes, oh, I pay to get rid of the commercial. I go, why? Oh, because Grey's Anatomy's back. So we can't have commercials.
What a fucking power move. Like that's incredible.
Because I just roll.
Fuck you. I paid for it.
Believe it or not, I do go with roll with the punches and stuff like that.
It's a time saver.
I don't have great hair, but I just get used to the commercials. What I do is I just tune them out. It's the same fucking commercial every goddamn.
Yeah.
Press that button. Do. It's a truck commercial where you press the button and it changes the wheels or something like that. So he goes, because I was singing it one day. Press that button. Do. Press that button. And she goes, what's it for? I go, I have no fucking idea. It's some truck that you press the button, it changes the wheels. She goes, what company? I go, couldn't fucking tell you. I go, I've been watching this commercial for 3 months since you
clearly not successful ad because you don't know who it's for.
I know, but as soon as I hear the beat,
sure, that part worked.
I kept singing during every commercial. I kept singing it, so she started singing it. That's why she asked me because I got it in her head.
It reminds me of this theme song, and also takes me back to Chris because your son Jackson, he's what 5, 4,
5,
yeah, in that age,
kindergarten.
My son, one of his favorite, he just loved anything with wheels. And Jack, I'm sure you've got some littles that would enjoy this too. But there was this show that we found that we discovered by going to the library and picking up these DVDs or whatever. Or maybe I ended up finding it on YouTube or whatever. But it's called Mighty Machines, and it's this Canadian-based. It's a Canadian-based show where it's just videos of machines, any type of machine you can think of, a tractor, like a digger, like something that's constructing the road.
Dude, my son's third word was excavator.
So this show
was into excavators.
All it is videos of them doing the stuff, and then they have these like cheesy voices of people just saying like, oh, I'm gonna put some dirt over here, and that's all it is.
25 million subscribers.
I'm telling you, Mighty Machines got me through some naps, and not a bad way to watch some TV, which is just.
I'm to the point where I want to strangle Miss Rachel. I don't know if you guys know who Miss Rachel is.
I do.
Yeah, and then Blippi. I was okay with the old Blippi, but the new Blippi.
I'm telling you, try some Mighty Machines.
The new Blippi.
He's terrible.
My son's interest started like plummeting.
He's terrible. He's not good at all. But my grandson Hayden, who's 5, he takes the iPad and he sets up these different things, and he films at different angles the Matchbox or the Hot Wheels rolling down the certain way. He does slow motion. He does it. I go, and I came in today. The chairs were all on it. I went to go pick up my other granddaughter. My only granddaughter came back. I go, why are the chairs like that? He goes, oh, Steven Spielberg was filming his videos. That's what he does all day long. He films videos of cars. I think he'll watch the video of someone doing it, and then he recreates it on his thing. I go, I don't even know how to do that. He does slow motion with the car.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, he just is one of those kids that just does that. And he goes, and he was filming me in the car. He goes, I'm filming you, Papa. And I said, what am I doing? He goes, nothing. Just filming me. He has the eye. I go, he's a pretty smart kid. So I go, well, maybe he'll make be in the movies someday. He's fascinated. I guess he does it all day, all night long at home and stuff like that. Just
nice.
Just film different angles and stuff like that. I went outside and played as a kid, but it's different times.
You know what I did as a kid? I used to take commercial breaks.
Jesus Christ, another one?
Another one? Maybe it'd be a hair commercial. Hair cream. What do you think?
We have to take a third commercial break.
A little dab will do ya.
We got to fit 3 in, so that's what she said.
Do you use any kind of it's just a shampoo, or do you put some mousse in there, or whatever the kids do nowadays?
I use a little bit of this this kind of like body, because I have very thin hair.
It's great looking hair though.
Thank you. But I worry that it's thinning. It's thinning right.
Oh, it's
in the middle.
It's definitely thinning. It's going back.
Thank you.
I mean,
Fuck you.
it's just a matter.
And
Again,
so,
it's just a matter of time.
So then I just kind of use this thickener, mousse, really to kind of give it some lift.
Have you thought about going on they have a lot of products now that will regrow your hair?
I've looked at
It's too late.
Have you?
It's too late.
You can't. I mean, what? Who's to say? Like, you would be the perfect guinea pig.
I've thought about it.
That'd be one fucking hell of a before and after.
Yeah. I mean, talk about throwing your dick down. Like, geez. Yeah, wow. Like, you'd be.
I thought about the laser hat you put on, and it's look at my hair now. If you go on TikTok, there's like thousands of, Chris, you probably seen thousands of commercials for hair, and
no, I don't get that in my feed. Sorry,
really? Really? Thank you. Why is it in my feed? How do they know?
I don't know.
When I do a video, I have a hat on, so it's like
it just knows.
Cut me some slack.
Somehow it knows. It always knows. Randy says that there's a Bruce Springsteen tour documentary that's coming out on Disney Plus on October 18th. He's really excited about that, and he uses Delta 9s to Delta 9 infused shampoo. I don't know. Anyway,
that sounds amazing.
I know,
My
right?
hair is just so mellow.
It's so mellow. My hair's so high it flew off. It's just got.
Is that another shot at me? Man,
that wasn't a shot. It just was.
My hair flew off. Who else was that directed at? Chris?
This is my China, bitch. This is my fine China. This is my fine China, bitch.
I thought
you're right. I did write it down. I did write it down. So for anybody that wants to know what my fine china is, it is just Star Wars glasses from Burger King. You can look those up. They're vintage. Yeah. For those that enjoy this show, thank you. Thanks for tuning in.
Why would you enjoy this show?
I don't know, but people keep coming back. So I guess
come on.
They like our banter. Anyway, go over to jandjack.com. Click on the patron link. Become a patron. Anything will help. Keeps the lights on. But there are some patrons that make this show possible. Do you want to know what their names are?
I do.
Sure you do. We all do. Here are their addresses too.
And anyway, hairstyles.
Eckhart, Victor, Gladfelter, Maggie the Magnificent, Joanne with the plan, and Ed, the poopy letter carrier.
Did you see he was out delivering mail with his grandson the other day?
That was cute. I did see that Instagram. Every now and then
I did report him to the federal government. That's it.
Why? Why would you do that?
The kid should not be touching the mail.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Why don't you go back to where you came from? Florida. Sorry, it just seems like
now you're bashing Florida with everything.
It just seems like something the Floridians would do. Anyway, before I say anything else that makes Chris cringe,
I just think it's the wrong time to bash Florida. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's the wrong time to put out false information about fucking hurricanes. But what are you gonna do? Anyway, thanks for joining us live. If you have any feedback, send it to rcadcast@gmail.com. We would appreciate it. My name's Matt. The other guy is Jack, and Chris is here. Nick was quiet the entire time. Thanks for joining us.
Goddamn thing, Nick.
Didn't say a goddamn thing. You'd be surprised, too, because of the way I bashed the South.
Aurora Borealis.
Okay.
The shit I saw in the sky today.
Okay.
Clearly, you're not an algebraist. I don't know where I was going.
What?
I was thinking of anyway. Good night, folks. Let's finish this up.
That guy behind me is bald too.
What?
The guy behind me is bald.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the cat.
No,